मैं अनुरोध करता हूं शांता जी से। शांता जी, आप कृपया माइक अनम्यूट करके अपना प्रश्न पूछें।
Namaskar, madam.
Namaskar.
So it has been mesmerizing so far. So we all feel like simply listening to you talk all day.
Sorry.
Madam, no, that's fine. So you bring so much passion and feeling. When you speak, we all thoroughly enjoyed. Madam, people know you always as a multifaceted personality who has been in public life for more than 50 years in various capacities. You are a danseuse of repute, of two distinct dance styles, which is actually very rare. You have expertise in Bharatanatyam. You're also in Odissi. You were former head of the Sangeet Natak Academy. You are also running the Center for Classical Dances in Delhi. You must have trained I don't know how many thousands of students. So, as a feather in your cap, you were finally nominated to the Rajya Sabha in 2018. So, if you can kindly throw some light, madam, on how eminent personalities like you can make a meaningful contribution in the House of Elders, as we call the Rajya Sabha. Thank you, madam. Over to you.
Thank you. Yeah, it came as one of the greatest surprises of my life. Because as I told you earlier, I never got accommodation from the government, successive governments. Then I gave up. And even the first Padma Award was not Padma Shri. While my contemporaries, they got their Padma Shris in the decade of 70s, last century, between 1970 and 1980. I never got Padma Shri because I'd opposed emergency. And then it remained like that, and I never bothered. So in 1992, President Venkat Raman called me to Rashtrapati Bhavan, and he said, I will rectify this national mistake. He could not believe that I hadn't got any Padma Award. And he straight away, P.V. Narasimha Rao had written Padma Shri, he cut it and he put Padma Vibhushan, I'm told. I was told by Gopal Gandhi, who was then his joint secretary, President's joint secretary, Gopal Krishna Gandhi. And so my first Padma Award came. And then in Atalji's time, our President APJ Abdul Kalam, he honored me with Padma Vibhushan in 2003. After that, wonderful. I mean, what more can one ask for? All this was a gift dropping in my lap. And eke sadhe sab sadhe. Again, I come back to my first sentence. And I keep on working. And then, as I was about to enter the stage for my performance on 7th July 2018 in Delhi, my secretary, she came running from the projection box. Ma'am. And I pick up the phone, and who comes online? Honorable Home Minister, Shri Amit Shah. And he congratulates me, and he says that our Prime Minister has your okay. I remember still my jaws, no sound came from me. Otherwise, I'm very vocal, as you have seen. I was speechless. And there the musicians were waiting. They were playing the ting-ting, the instruments, the entry. And I could just blabber something. That's the way it dropped in my lap. And on 14th July, the gazetted notification came out, and 18th July, I took my oath. The more honorable thing that before me, only Pandit Ravi Shankar, the great Pandit Ravi Shankar ji, he was nominated artist in Rajya Sabha. From the field of dance, usually it's very rare. In public life also you will see. In field of dance, in public places, public domain, important posts, hardly. And the third thing, answering your question, contribution in House of Elders. See, contribution can be made in many ways. I have already made interjections, I have raised questions, and I'm very happy to say that whenever I have arisen to speak, everybody is silent, they listen with respect. Even the other parties, the senior leaders, they all greeted me from first day onwards because they've all seen me. Some people said, "Ma'am, we've seen you when I was in college." Somebody says, "Sonal ji, I cannot still forget that when you had danced in Kanpur IIT. I was a student." So, as you said, my long span of career, in which so many of my colleagues in Rajya Sabha, honorable members, have been a witness to. And that is the added bonus for me, because then easy friendships have been formed cutting across party line, from TMC, Congress, DMK, AIDMK, all. I mean, NPC, NCP. As you've seen, I like to laugh a lot. I'm known as a quick wit humor person, but also very alive to socio-political issues. And where I cannot raise a question, I give it to some friends, please raise this. So I'm happy to say that so far it has been a very, very productive, a great learning experience also for me. A very productive time, 2 years. Now I'm looking forward, after this monsoon short session is over, and God willing, the next session will be the proper one, by which the pandemic would have passed away. I have several things on my plate. And as you heard me say, how do we connect our society with our great art traditions, vidyas, for the betterment, for the upliftment of people? And that's possible as it used to be. I worked with tribal girls in my mother's institute, Dang district in Gujarat. I'm still a trustee there. I used to go. Now, after pandemic, I'll go again. They are so talented. They are so talented. They have a natural rhythm and a great quick grasp. So what I would like to point out here again is that I would like to bring in some, I don't know if I can do that, private members bill, because that's very difficult, maybe towards the end of my tenure. But this plethora of platforms, and some which should be banned straight away, according to not only me, but a lot of people, like sweet poison, the addictions. The children are getting addicted. So when government, our wise Prime Minister, banned Chinese apps, the latest was that PUBG. I'd never heard of what's PUBG. I have heard of pub where people go and drink. But this G, the honor giving to PUBG. PUBG mein jana hai, pina hai. What is this? They say, no, it's a Chinese game. And children sit for hours on end. They don't come out of the rooms. They become antisocial, anti-family. It's an addiction. My God, what are we doing? So I'm very happy that these things are banned. Now there are certain, what you call OTT, over the top, on which government has no control. You know better than I do because I don't watch all these, but I get to know a lot. I get a lot of information. I like to ask that OTT also has a lot of things, lot of channels, lot of material that is straight pornography. It's corrupting the minds. Can we not do something about it? So again, I'm going to try to put my friends together and go on and on and on and on raising the voice until these things are looked at in a very definitive way as these apps have been looked at. I've given you my game plan.